Reality is you're likely never going to be rich, and that's the hard truth, but let me tell you exactly why. I'm gonna give you 5 reasons why you're never going to be rich, or these same 5 reasons are gonna be the reasons why you're going to become rich, because you're gonna look at these reasons and do exactly what you need to do to become wealthy and successful. Listen, the first reason why you're never going to become rich is because you still are thinking like an employee. You have an employee mindset. You're literally trading your time for money and you're hoping to get raises instead of investing in yourself and buying assets for the longevity of your life. Listen, rich people don't wait for a paycheck. They use the money, they have it work for them. Whether it's through investments, starting your own business, or leveraging other people's time to make you money, the sooner you shift your mindset from thinking like an employee to thinking like an entrepreneur is when your life starts to change, when you start living for yourself versus living for another person's dream. At the end of the day, when you work a 9 to 5 and you clock into work, you're at the bottom of the hamster wheel. You're spinning that hamster wheel, converting the energy for it to go into the owner's pockets. Reality is, if you're an employee, you're doing the things that the CEOs and the owners don't want to do that's not worth it for their time. And that's very fair. That's a whole part of business. So ask yourself, are you building something that works for you while you're sleeping? Or are you just clocking in and out and building something for somebody else to work for them while they're sleeping? Think about that question. Reason number 2 why you're never going to be rich. You're afraid of taking risks. Fear of failing. Fear of doing anything outside of your comfort zone. A lot of people suffer from this, and not just from a financial standpoint. A lot of people suffer from fear of doing something outside of their comfort zone. It literally could be riding a bike, because I've never rode a bike before. You need to start taking risks in your life. We only get to live this one life. It's not like we're gonna die and rejuvenate and turn into new people and be born into like a rich family. That's not how life works. So either you're gonna take a risk now, or you're gonna watch opportunity literally go by you every single day of your life. The wealthiest people in the world didn't get there by playing it safe. They got there by taking calculated risks that put them in the position that they're in. Think about it. There's a difference between risk and a calculated risk. Whether it's investing in real estate or starting your own business, risk is the fundamental part of creating wealth. But you need to learn how to start taking smart risks instead of taking a risk. Just like I was talking about, there's a calculated risk and there's a risk. A calculated risk is a risk you take while seeing a potential reward due to your risk. Let me give you an example for me. I have an Airbnb business. A calculated risk would be going into a deal, running numbers before me going into the deal, knowing exactly how much money I'm going to make before putting that $10,000 investment into setting up the property, knowing I'm going to make money. That's a calculated risk. A regular risk is me going into a deal, not running numbers, not knowing how much it's gonna cost me every single month, and not knowing how much I'm going to make out of that deal. That's a risk without any calculation involved. I know it's scary taking a risk, but listen, the real risk is not taking action, not doing anything, watching your time and your life literally go by you in the nick of a dime. That's the real risk. The risk is not taking any risks at all, because when you don't take risks, you don't see any potential in your life, and you don't see anything that you can actually do and have potential to do. So make sure you are taking calculated risks and actually trying to get to that position that you keep telling yourself you want to go into. Reason number 3 why you will never become rich is because you are not investing in assets. Here's the thing, if you never invest in assets, you are never going to become rich. If you never invest in businesses, you are never going to become rich. If you never invest into yourself, you are not going to become rich. Listen, most people waste their money on liabilities like cars, designer clothes, gadgets that are not going to make them any money. All these things you should not be buying or investing in unless you have an influx of cash coming in, unless you have assets or a business already producing you money in order for that thing to provide for itself. Don't spend your money trying to look rich. Spend your money on assets, investments, and become rich, and then you can look rich because you are rich. Do you get it? Most people do the exact opposite. They get a job, they finance everything, they get a cool car, they get luxury clothing, they get all these new gadgets, but they're financing everything. They don't actually own anything. They can't afford anything. They lease a home. They don't own any homes. They don't own anything in their life. They post this shit on social media. Social media is the biggest trap to get you caught up in all these materialistic things, because you see how all these people are living, but reality is they don't actually live this type of lifestyle. This is what they're just showing to you. This is what they're showing that they're doing. They're showing the the best of themselves. So do you want to spend your time looking rich, or do you want to spend your time getting rich? That's the question for you, honestly. It's not about working harder for your money. It's about making your money work hard for you. Remember that. If you don't remember anything from this video, remember what I just told you right there and write it down. Listen, if you're not following my Instagram, follow my Instagram right now and DM me any and all questions you have, because my DMs stay open. Reason number 4 why you're never going to become rich: because you surround yourself with the wrong people. You're only as strong as the 4 people you surround yourself with. If you're around 4 dumbasses, you are most likely 99.99999% you are going to be the 5th dumbass of the group, because you are who you surround yourself with. You are part of your environment, and whether you like it or not, you adopt the things and the things that are taught to you inside of your environment, whether that's from your parents, whether that's from your friends, whether that's from your siblings. That's completely undeniable. Whether you grew up with the siblings, you're gonna adopt certain things that they do, especially if they're an older sibling. You're gonna adopt certain things that your parents do because they're your parents. And you're gonna adopt certain things that your friends do because they are your fucking friends. Who you surround yourself with can either make or break you. Let it make you. Surround yourself with like-minded people with like mindsets that actually take action. It's not only about like-minded mindsets. I have a bunch of friends that have good mindsets, that want to start businesses, that want to take different avenues, or real estate, drop shipping, or they want to go into some type of business, but they don't actually take action. There's a whole nother part of having the mindset, and there's a whole nother part of it which is actually taking action. You need to start taking action, because the second best time to start is right now. When was the first best time to start? It was yesterday, it was last week, it was last year, it was 10 years ago. That was the best time to start. So right now is your second biggest opportunity to actually start something and do something with your life. Number 5 reason why you will never become rich is because you are playing it small. You're afraid to go all in on your dreams. You're afraid to go all in on yourself. You're afraid to learn. You're afraid to get better. You are afraid to fail. You cannot be afraid of failing, because here's the 2 biggest ways that humans learn. You either learn from someone else's failure and someone else's experience, or you learn from your own experience and your own failures. My advice to you is learn from your failures and don't make the same mistake twice. And if you do make it twice, realize what you were actually doing and at least own up to what you're doing incorrect. You need to think bigger. Rich people are not afraid to think big and bold. They dream up massive goals and go after it with everything that they got. You need to give it your all. Anything that you go into, actually dedicate time into it, dedicate effort into it. We are too blessed to be wasting so much time. If you're watching this, you have a roof over your head, you have Wi-Fi, you have a phone that you're watching me on, and then you still take everything for granted. But naturally, as humans, we do take things for granted, and that's just part of life. But you need to understand where to put a stop to that. And listen, through this video, I'm telling you about 5 different reasons why you'll never be rich. But what you don't understand, if you change these things, you can put a stop to it right now and completely change your life forever. You keep hearing these people on the internet say, oh, it takes us 3 months, oh, it takes us 6 months, oh, it takes us 12 months to actually completely change your life. Yes, that's really what it takes, but how much of that time are you actually going to be locked in? If you lock in now and enjoy later versus enjoying now and having to lock in later when you're 40, 50, 60 and you're struggling to pay bills. I'd rather lock in right now, put in the time while I have the testosterone that I have, while I have the energy that I have, while I have the willpower and knowledge that I have right now. I'd rather start and grind and fail right now rather than me getting older, having a whole family, having all these responsibilities, and then having to start. And some of you watching this video might already have responsibilities. You might already have a spouse. You might already have a wife. That doesn't mean you use these as excuses why you're not gonna start your business, why you're not gonna get better, why you're not gonna go to the gym, why you're not gonna start reading books. I don't have time, I don't have time. Listen, if you wanted to, you would. At the end of the day, if you wanted to, you really would, and you can achieve anything that you want to. At the end of the day, we only unlocked 1% of our mind. We haven't unlocked anything past that. And as the days go on, we want to continuously get 1% better every day, because that's how we reach that top 1%. After 99 days of getting 1% better every day without any setbacks, then we're part of that 1%. So are you gonna lock in now, or are you gonna lock in later and keep wasting your life every single day? By changing your mindset, taking calculated risks, surrounding yourself with the right people, investing into the right things, you can literally change your life completely for the good. Just need to find your why. Why are you doing this? Are you doing this and you want to make money to flex on people, or are you going to do this to actually be financially free, take care of the people around you, take care of your future family, take care of your current family, take care of your mom, take care of your dad? Whatever it is, find your why and let that motivate you to do whatever you need to do every single day, and get up every single morning with the motivation and the discipline that you need to strive and kill the day. Listen, if you're ready to stop making excuses and you're ready to actually build your future, you better subscribe right now. I'm going to teach you so much game on this channel. Better watch my previous videos too. And drop a comment below. Tell me what the biggest thing holding you back is, whether that's part of life, business, or gym. And listen, do not forget to follow me on Instagram right now. Follow me and DM me something that you've been wanting to tell me or a question that you have for me. I answer almost any and all DMs. With that being said, guys, I hope you guys got something out of this video, got some type of motivation. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, share this video to somebody that needs to hear it. And I appreciate you guys, and I'll see y'all in the next one.